coffee is like what it's known for. One of the things that it's known for. Also the people. The people, like Yemen is known for having the nicest, kindest people. Whether you go to Yemen and even with everything going on, you go to Yemen, you'll still see people that would like invite you to their house. Like we value our guests, and we carry that, like we carry the culture to the coffee shop. I was born in Yemen, and I moved to the United States when I was 9 years old. My family, me, like my parents, my uncle, we're from the city of Rada. We moved to America for better life. I started working maybe when I was 16. I started working just like regular jobs, and I got into the coffee industry when I was like 16 and a half, and then that's when I fell in love with the art of making coffee, and especially being from Yemen, and being from a country where Yemen, where coffee originated. My uncle, Majid, he's like the main head, you can say, of behind all this. He always has my back. You can say none of this would be possible without him, and I'm thankful for him, and obviously my family and the culture of Yemen and everything that Yemen has to offer for the people. It was my uncle's idea. It was my uncle's he came up with the name, the whole concept. I came up with the spices and the mixes, and so basically how the idea of Della Coffee started was, I would say 2020, during COVID, the pandemic in the city of San Francisco. Everybody was closing down. There was a lot of people jobless, not just here but everywhere in the world. Like going into 2022, things were getting better in the city of San Francisco, but it was not how it was like back in 2019, 2018. And then he found a spot on 4th Street. That was the first location. It was previously a Pete's Coffee, and they were shut down because of COVID. And then he brought up the idea to me when I was in Michigan, and he's like, "What do you think if we do this?" And he's like, "I know it's risky. I know it might not succeed, but let's give it a try." Because there was nobody in the Bay Area that had a Yemeni coffee shop or an Arabic coffee shop. And it was you can say it was a risky move. That's when everything started. We opened 5 a.m. It was just me and my cousin, his son. He was young at that time, and it was just me and him and my uncle. We opened the coffee shop, and then early morning it wasn't really busy, because we didn't really have a budget for advertising in the beginning. We kind of just opened up, and we were just hoping for you can say good luck, but we had a good foundation. We had a good belief in our quality, the coffee, the spices. We know that this concept is new to the city, and we know that if we get the right exposure, we'll be good. At that time, it was June 15. The Warriors, they won the finals, right? So they had a parade in downtown San Francisco, and 4th Street, where we're located, it's like a main street. It's people walk over there. And then people started walking towards the coffee shop, and then they seen the sign, now open, soft opening. So people started coming in. And then people started trying out the drinks, trying out the chai, trying out spices. It was just something new to them. It's wow, what is this? What's inside? How do you guys make this? How do you guys make that? And then you can say from there it was good. The second day was better, the third day was also getting better. 5 months later, like I said, we opened our second location in the city of Oakland. It's on West Grand Avenue. That used to be a previous Starbucks, and we took over. But there's a good, you can say, Middle Eastern community. Also a lot of Yemenis. If you compare Oakland to the rest of the Bay Area, Oakland most likely has the most Yemenis there. It was a good community of Yemenis. All the Yemenis came out to support. It was nice, seeing your own people come out. And then we had everybody from the city of Oakland. We had customers that go to our first location. They came out to support, and it's been good since then. There's war going on over there. Let's not get that wrong. But there's parts of Yemen where people are they're living life. They're living life with what they have. Me, when I was in Yemen, me and my family, it was the same kind of concept. We were living. I mean, we wouldn't pay attention to the news because we were there. It was just you know, like it was like beautiful. It was nice. It was a nice like part of my childhood where I learned, you know, traditions. I learned, you know, the language of, you know, Arabic. You know, religion-wise, it was beautiful over there. You know, respect obviously goes across all races and all kinds of people. That's one. Two is you know, be kind and be mindful of how people feel. That's another like major one. Because sometimes, you know, people come in to the shop. I don't know what they're feeling. They could be having a bad day. They could be having a good day. What I do, or what you know, our crew does, is they try to bring a smile out. If they're having a bad day, they'll you know, talk with them. Obviously, you know, good customer service is part of you know, what me and my family brought to the business. That's like a major point where, you know, you got to be mindful of what people are feeling. You got to be respectful, you know, to each other. Obviously, you got to value people's times, because people come here expecting to be, you know, to be loved, to be welcomed. You know, whether they're paying a small price for a coffee or, you know, like you know, on the higher end, they're expecting just good customer service, honestly, and not to be treated differently, whether, you know, their skin color or how old they are or how young they are. They should, you know, say it proudly. If you're Yemeni, you're Yemeni, and you should do something, if you can, if you're able to, do something that brings in tradition. I mean, if your path is somewhere else, still, I mean, you can still, you know, carry your values as a person to wherever you're going. But if you want to open a business that shows, you know, like a restaurant, you can showcase Yemeni food. Coffee shop, like what we're doing here, you can showcase, you know, the culture, the tradition, drinks of Yemen, Middle East in general. That would be like nice to see in the next generation. Like with my brothers, my dad, my uncles, my grandpa's a hard worker. Like when he came to I mean, a lot of people do have two jobs, but I mean, that's the person that I looked up to. Since he came to America, he had like 3 jobs, and, you know, he would tell us the stories of, you know, what it takes to like build a name for yourself, or what it takes to you know, take care of your family. And I paid attention. You know, happy that I paid attention. And then, you know, it's passed down to, you know, his sons, like, you know, my uncles and my dad, and then it's passed down to the younger generation, like myself and my older cousins. And it's been like that for a long time, and hopefully we can carry that for generations and generations.